Hello everyone, and welcome to our first broadcast of Smash TV's District Roundup. I'm Nikki Holland.
And I'm Ash McCurdy. It's been a busy start to the school year for the elementary schools in our district. To begin, we head to the Valley where Bennett's Valley Elementary School is expanding to the outdoors. For some more on this story, we turn to Samantha Candler.
Bennett's Valley Elementary School is currently working on construction of an outdoor classroom. EQT recently provided a donation to the school, and the PTO is matching it to complete the project. The faculty and students hope to be able to begin using the classroom before winter. Throughout the school year, the PTO is planning additional fundraisers to complete the project and certify the space as a habitat with all the resources being available to students by spring. This is Samantha Candler reporting.
What an outstanding opportunity for those students. 2 other classrooms in our district also experience the outdoors. Mary Meyer has all the latest.
Mrs. Slim's 2nd grade class and Mrs. Smith's 5th grade class at South St. Mary's Elementary School studied aspects of the outdoors. Mrs. Slim's class released their painted butterflies back into nature. The class discovered some caterpillars and brought them into the room for observation. The entire class witnessed the arrival of the butterfly. The students even practiced their mascot while counting how many butterflies could arrive. By the next morning, all of the butterflies were ready to be released. Mrs. Smith's class did a small project with leaves. The students brought in 5 different leaves and classified them in many different ways. Reporting for Smash TV, I'm Mary Meyer.
Those are great experiences for our students. Of course, they aren't the only ones. The students of Fox Township Elementary School are learning to incorporate science, technology, engineering, and math into their daily lessons. To tell us more, here's Jensen Kudre.
Technology is becoming a big part of everyday life and every career. In order to be prepared for their futures, Mrs. Vollmer's 5th grade class at Fox Township Elementary is learning valuable skills in science, technology, engineering, and math. Students have used iPads with QR codes to practice their math skills. They are also learning computer programming skills through code.org. Their engineering skills are being put to the test as they work to build a Lego robot. The class received the robot through Donors Choose. While they are not quite finished, the class has made definite progress on it. The students are also working with a 3D printer. This state-of-the-art equipment is giving students a first-hand look of real-world technology. Students displayed what has been printed so far.
It's clear these students will be prepared for the future. Reporting for Smash TV, I'm Jensen Kudre.
There are so many great learning opportunities happening throughout our district. The 8th graders at our middle school spent time at Camp Mountain Run to do some outside of the classroom learning. Here's Jensen Kudre with more.
Each year, 8th graders from St. Mary's Area Middle School spend 2 days at Camp Mountain Run to understand, experience, develop, and practice leadership. The students participate in the cluster areas that include activities to build skills and confidence. These activities include ropes and climbing wall, trust walks, unity quilt and tie-dyeing, fishing and kayaking, to name a few. Those involved say this is a very memorable learning experience. This is Jensen Kudre.
With these great experiences, it's no wonder why our students have so much school spirit. The elementary students, faculty, and staff throughout the district were given Dutch Pride t-shirts by St. Mary's Insurance and the St. Mary's Quarterback Club. Students who wore their t-shirts to the elementary night varsity football game on September 12th were given free admission. Shown is a picture of students from South St. Mary's Elementary wearing their shirts with pride. A special thanks to Mrs. and Mr. Jeff Asato and the St. Mary's Quarterback Club.
Speaking of Dutch pride, let's not forget about our famous mascot, the Flying Dutchman. Recently, Samantha Candler sat down with the Dutchman to find out what he's been doing since being named the 2nd best mascot in the nation.
I recently sat down with the Dutchman to ask him the questions that are really pressing our minds. How are you today? Great to hear. So how do you feel about being named the 2nd best mascot in the nation? It's apparent that you are on top of the world about this. Okay, so what have you been doing since your win? What have you been up to? Relaxing and meeting your fans. Great to hear, great to hear. If you weren't a sea captain, what would you be doing with your life? Oh, you'd be a model, indeed, obviously. Okay, and what are you looking forward to most this school year? Spirit Days. He loves his school pride.
You can see the Dutchman this year at school sporting events. Reporting live for Smash TV, I'm Samantha Candelore.
Dutch Pride was also shown throughout the high school this month as the students and staff celebrated Homecoming Week. Taking us through the events is Mary Meyer.
Homecoming at St. Mary's Area High School started well before the Friday night football game. All week, the students participated in Spirit Days, which include Camo Day, Class Color Day, Sports Teens Day, Throwback Thursday, and Spirit Day. At the end of the week, all of that spirit was brought to the game where students got hyped for the football game and the crowning of the 2014 St. Mary's Area Homecoming Queen.
Who are you guys voting for Homecoming Queen?
Holly Shields.
Holly Shields.
Morgan Kaiser!
Holly Shields!
Jackie Lawrence!
Yo quiero que la reina será esta Marley. Es la única que habla español.
Tonight's 2014 Homecoming Queen, Holly Shields.
Reporting for Smash TV, I'm Mary Meyer.
It's been a great start to the school year, which brought a lot of changes to the district. The biggest change is new superintendent, Dr. Brian Toth. I had the opportunity to speak with Dr. Toth to find out more about him and how he's adjusting to life in the St. Mary's Area School District.
What challenges have you met so far in St. Mary's?
Well, every district, I think, is facing similar challenges, and that was one thing too. You know, I've worked in different districts as an administrator in the past, and it's amazing how similar places can be, yet different. Yeah. So, you know, it was well publicized, you know, about class sizes at Fox Elementary, and that was the first challenge, and we were able to work that out. And of course, we had our incident on September the 2nd, but, you know, that incident on the 2nd really showed how much the community and emergency services support the school district. Yeah. It was phenomenal response. Now, for me, I've gone through those in the past, being in different districts, and I've never, ever seen a response like that to a school. Just outstanding.
What changes do you anticipate needing to make this year or in the years to follow?
To pinpoint a specific change, I really can't say that right now because we're taking some things in stride that were already in place. Okay. And so what I'd like to see, though, in the future, and what I've always pushed was to have the best instruction for our students. Because if you have great instruction, and what I've seen around the district from the teachers, they do an awesome job. Mm-hmm. And it's like, what can we help them with next so they can provide for the students? Mm-hmm. And what can we do as a district to best provide for students' needs? Because it's number one. Yes. It has to be. And for students to be successful, 4 things when you leave our doors here. Okay. You need to be able to communicate, collaborate, be critical thinkers, and be creative.
And how do you feel about social media?
Sometimes I wish it would disintegrate. However, it's not going to go away. Okay, it's there. People use it a lot, and so within the last couple of weeks, really, we now have an official St. Mary's Area School District Facebook site.
Well, I didn't know that.
How about that? Now you do. So,
do you think our school will ever develop to using more electronic devices?
Yes. Has to. Has to. If we don't move in a direction where we have students using more electronic devices, whether it's district provided or a bring your own device to school, you're really not living in the real world as it is.
What's one secret about yourself that a lot of people don't know that you would share with your new students?
Well, okay, I shared this with the teachers when I first met them, okay? This is my real hair.
Really? I had no clue.
Yeah, people just ask me all the time, is that really your hair? And I say, yeah, it is. No, another note too is that, a secret about myself would be this. And I don't know if it's so much a secret, but a story.
Okay.
Okay? When I earned my doctorate many years ago, my mom and dad were there when I defended my dissertation. Okay, that's when you finish and you have to say what your research you did, why you did it, and you have a committee from the university that asks you questions then. When I was all done, and the professor came out and said, "Congratulations, Dr. Toth," and it was official and everything, and I made it. My mother was crying. She was so happy. She says, "You're fulfilling your grandfather's dream." Well, his dream was this. My grandfather, my mom's dad, came from Italy.
Okay.
He left Italy because he wanted to be a teacher. His father wanted him to be a stonemason. He didn't want to be a stonemason. So he came to this country to teach, which he never got to do. He went to work in the steel mill in Johnstown. And he died when he was about 60 years old. I still remember him, though, because I was still young enough that I remembered him. But his goal was always to be a teacher. And his goal was to see that his grandson here, because my real first name is George, and he called me Giorgetto, okay? All right, would be a doctor. And so that day, when I finished my doctorate, my mom saw that I fulfilled my grandfather's dreams all those years later.
During the interview, I asked Dr. Toth if he was enjoying St. Mary's.
Feels like I've been here for a long time. And it doesn't seem like it's only been about a month. But it's really been that welcoming with everybody, and I really appreciate that.
Well, we're glad you're here. It is clear that Dr. Toth's experience and down-to-earth personality will be a great asset to our school district. Reporting for Smash TV, I'm Nikki Holland.
From all of us at Smash TV, have a good night
and a great tomorrow!